Good afternoon, friends, followers, channel members. Happy Monday. Another week begins, so we've got hopefully a few more flights and live streams planned for you this week. I do need to kind of sort of rush through all the briefing and the setting up. I'm on the school run again in a couple of hours, and we've got to get down to Palma where the wind is gusting, so I also want to get in first time. So the brief may be rather quick, but anything that you want to know more about, of course, we can discuss once we're airborne. So hope you are all well and have had a great weekend. If you're watching on YouTube, obviously, as per usual, the operational flight plan is pinned into the chat, so you can go and check that out. And welcome to our Twitch viewer base as well. Good to see you guys too. So who we got coming on board with us early doors this morning? Hey, Alpha, Beast Boy, Just Aviation. Alpha, I do use Rex AccuSeasons. Yes, I think it's well, actually, I think it's probably one of the best add-ons you can get for immersion. So yeah, really do like that. Definitely worth getting it if you haven't already got that. Hey Mark, hey Will, hey Danny, hey Ryan, good to see you. Just Aviation as well. Wally, good afternoon. Bro, 40 degrees Fahrenheit in sunny Florida. What's that in Celsius? Julie, Charlie, Mike, good morning to you on Twitch. Hey Simon, hey Otto, and Finish, hello to you as well. Right, I'm going to jump on board, as I say, not too much messing about this morning. We need to get through the flight plan, start getting passengers on board, and get out of here. The weather's not that great here, actually, today either. We're in Bordeaux. Have I got the banner working? Ah, no, I haven't. Right, I told you I was in a rush. So Lima Fox, Bravo Delta, we're off to Palma. So this is a route that's usually flown in the summer months. It's not currently active, but it is an actual Easyjet route. They've obviously just not flown it for a while. Hey Bruno, good afternoon to you. Hey David, Edo, hello, welcome on board. So aircraft is in its turnaround state, as you can tell. Usual flows just before we go any further, so I want to make sure the nav logo lights are done, accu-brakes are nice and in the green, flaps are up, speed brake is retracting, parking brake is on, all good. We're on VATSIM. We've got no ATC as far as I'm aware, so that's alright. We'll just get the meta in my best Metar voice. So here we go. Winds currently 260 at 10. Visibility is 10 kilometers or more. Few clouds, 4,200 feet broken, 50,000. And some cumulonimbus as well. 9 degrees. QNH is 1,000. We've got temporary showers of rain. Visibility is down to 4 kilometers. And the wind is going to become 280, 15, gusting 2.5. So a bit of a windy departure. Nice crosswind for the departure today as well. Hey Trapper, hey what's for this on Twitch, good to see you. Trapper says good morning from New Zealand, good morning indeed. Brian Crawley, thank you for celebrating your 18 months of First Officer channel membership. Brian, thank you so much for all your support during the last 18 months, really do appreciate that, thank you so much. Alpha, yeah, sorry if you missed it, I do use Rex AccuSeasons. Okay, got everything there. I want to start the boarding, we need to get out of here, so before I do this, here comes the rain, look. Let's have a look. I'm going to go through this a bit more in detail once we are airborne, but basically, plug fuel is 5, call it 5.3, I'm going to take 6.3. I want an extra ton of fuel on board, so we're going to take 6.3 tons. Once again, I'll go through the justification of that once we're airborne, but need to get going. So that's fine. Let's go to the Fenix app. Let's tell GSX that we want to start boarding, please. And if that, of course, is the case, as per our SOPs, let's get the APU on. 1, 2, 3. There we are. Right, okay, let's get boarding requested. Meant to be pushing back 22 minutes. Did that say we're at gate Alpha 8, flight 1601, and yeah, 22 minutes. Look, serious, if you want to watch us on Twitch, then we are broadcasting on Twitch as well. So go find us. Same call sign, etc. Call sign, same username. Right, okay. Okay, well, while we're doing that, let's just go through the normal flow. So overhead panel is fine. 1215 on the VHF 2. There we go. The fine switching panel, squawking 2000, standby. 1000 is QNH, 1000 up here. Get the constraints on. Initial climb is going to be 7,000. Come on then, guys. Let's get everyone on board, please.
Cabin crew, we're all happy with how things are up here, so open the doors and start letting our passengers on board. Thank you. No problem.
Right, so APU is now available. Let's get the bleed on. We'll just give that a minute and then we'll get the packs on. Turn those down. Hey, Rob7ABA has resubbed for 3 months on Twitch. 3-month prime resub. Thank you so much, Rob. Says where are the months going? I love the streams. Glad you're enjoying them, Rob. Thank you so much for your support. Right, passengers coming across. Fantastic. You're going to get run over by this baggage car though, because it won't stop for you. Okay, let's set the box up. As I say, rushing through the setup, etc. But I'll go through a full brief kind of once we're airborne. Right, we've got the 3 nav greens, aircraft status, air cycles, fine. Let's get the ACARs up then done. Hey David, good to see you. Right, a flight number today. Is this going to come in? Yeah. So it's Alpine 3-4 Alpha Mike, our default call sign. We've not used that for a while, have we? Let's get our OFP up here. Cost index of 4. Tropo is 32408. Ground temperature is +8. Download the winds. Iris in it? Yeah, I'll just pretend that's correct. It will be. It's usually well within the limits. Beast Boy, thank you so much for your 99 cents donation. Appreciate that, Beast Boy. Good morning to you. Hope you are well. cruise flight level is 370. So if there's anything that I'm doing now, I say I'm literally rushing through stuff just because I want to make sure that we get to complete the stream and the flight today. Minus 54. Then save the question. Once we're airborne, I'll go through and explain anything that I'm done or anything you want to know. That's done. Right, so we're going to be departing runway, what are we on? Runway 23. Oh, that wasn't right. Go back. Oh, try again. Temporary erase. So, departing runway 23. We're on the Sierra Alpha Uniform 5 Papa. Insert. And then at Palma. Now, the flight plan's got us on 24 left. However, I'm selecting runway 24 right. If anyone wants to tell me why, then that's kind of a good quiz question to get the stream up and running, isn't it? ILS 24 right, so there we are. There's a couple of good reasons for that, actually. And the star, what star are we on for the arrival today? It's the Lores 1 Papa. And that comes in via, is it Muros, I think it is? Yes. Let's just insert that and see how that looks. Scottish says every takeoff's optional, but landing's mandatory. Kids will have to wait. Yeah, you explain that to the wife. Yeah, that's perfect. 394 miles. Flight plan's got us at 392 miles. Yeah, happy. Okay, Radna page, let's fill this out. We want the Sierra Alpha Uniform BOR and the Bordeaux NDB, Bravo Delta. Pop that in. Get those on. Right, done. Init B page, have we got our flight plan? Hey, Eastbirds, good afternoon, mate. How you doing? Rob, is your lad just joined the Easyjet team's cabin crew? I love it. It's hard work, but he will love it. Zero fuel head is what? 59.1. Our zero fuel weight CFG is 30.7. Fuel for the alternate. What is the alternate today anyway? We'll call it 1.5 tons. Barcelona's the alternate. And trip planning. So we're going to take 6.3 tons of fuel. Let's see what our aircraft suggests. 5, perfect. Lots of extra fuel. In fact, around 40 minutes worth of extra fuel, which, given the current wind situation over the Balearics, isn't a bad idea at all. Right, that's fine, that's done. Good, let's just check our takeoff weight. CFG is planned to be 29.3. And our takeoff weight, 65.2, which is, for this airframe, excellent. Takeoff weight's below max landing weight. Good. Alright, onto the performance calculations then. So, let's come over here. So, what are we doing? We're departing runway 23, runway surfaces wet, flaps 1. Yeah, we don't need packs today. It's, what's the temperature? It's 8 degrees. Clouds are pretty high up. Now we'll not need the packs. Takeoff weight 65.2. Takeoff CFG is 29.3. Grab the live weather, intersection data. Are there any intersection departures here at Bordeaux? I can't remember. Let's have a look. No, full length, which is 3,100 meters. Bravo Sierra 4. No, we're not using that. At this point, am I going to buy the new Embraer? No, I'm not. No. So 37, 47, 49. 37, 47, 49. 137, 147, 149. And we're doing flaps 1, and the flex was 61. Done. Right, let's have a look at thrust reduction, etc. Can't actually remember if Bordeaux is a noise abatement 1 or 2 departure. Find out. Where's SimSmart? Here we go. Lima Fox Bravo Delta. Oh, let's just reset my view. And whatever keystrokes I've just used to type that in, God knows what I've just disabled in the aircraft by doing that. Lima Fox Bravo Delta, and it's 2-3. It doesn't matter actually what I pop in here, does it? I don't need this. This is a performance calculator for the fly-by-wire. Remember, not the Fenix. So if you're flying fly-by-wire, this is a great additional piece of software you can use for getting your config speeds, etc. Yeah, there we go. Look, so thrust reduction acceleration values are different. So this is a noise abatement 1 departure, which is nice. Don't get to do that too often. So let's update this. 1151 3151. So 3151. And the engine out acceleration is 151. That's fine. Engine out procedure is standard. So 1700 feet, left turn to Dirac and into the hold. Okay, let's pop that in. Copy active. Just check out the departure, see what that is. So after 423, yeah, I can just use Bravo Delta 423 then. So Bravo Delta 423, carry out on the heading of 225, pop that out for about 15 miles out. I know it's not in the database, is it not? Did I type that wrong? Bravo Delta 423. Bearing of 225, 15 miles. There we go. And then we're going to Dirax, D-I-R-A-X. 20 miles out. Enter the hold at Dirax. Inbound track 325 left turns. 325 left turns, and GSX has just shut my aircraft doors, you daft thing. I've still got 27 passengers waiting to board. Open that back up. Right, after Dirax, let's get back here into Bordeaux if I lost an engine. ILS 29, no start. Is Dirac and Via? Oh, it could be actually looking at that. Let's just zoom out a bit. Oh, look at that, that's perfect. Right, that'll do nicely. Just confirm that on the plan page, so straight out, left turn, enter the hold at Dirac, then come back in, land at Bordeaux if we've lost an engine or any other kind of emergency. There we go. Done. Kimchi, thank you so much for your kind super chat. Asks, do I think the Fenix A320 is worth it and why? The most basic answer, Kim, is everything works. Yeah, everything works. Secondary flight plan, all the circuit breakers, all the switches, all the dials. If you want to fly ops that are potentially non-normal with emergencies and failures and things, which we've seen live on this channel before, then yeah, that's and for £50. I know £50 is a lot of money to some to a great many people, but for £50, it's, you know, it really is good. It is very, very good. Okie dokies. So, quick brief. Starting, of course, with the weather. Quick refresh of that. So, yeah, there you can see. So, weather, we've got a crosswind on our departure today, 260 at 10 knots. So we're going to have wind coming from the right as we depart. Visibility is good though. It's dropped down to about 4 kilometres with the showers of rain that we've got at the moment. Let's hurry up and get out of here though before the winds increase. Not that they become a limiting factor for us. But, you know, I'd rather take off with good weather, not bad stuff. Weather en route is pretty fine and dandy as well, to be honest. If we quickly just have a look. Where are you? So I'm going to go through this in much greater detail if you wish whilst we're flying. But yeah, there you go. So we've got a bit of turbulence and icing up to about 20,000 feet. The great thing about our trip today, just look at this jet stream. Did anyone clock the tailwind we're the trip wind we're expecting today? So yeah, it really is going to help us out. So I can cover quite a decent length of flight in less than an hour. Trip wind, a tailwind of 74. How good is that? 74 knots. I've not seen one that high for a while. And then the weather at the other end, we've just got, again, it's just windy. It's just incredibly windy. A lot of it is a headwind, but we're expecting about an 8 to 9 knot crosswind. Again, I'll discuss that once we're away and in cruise. So yeah, that's basically the weather covered. Aircraft is Type A320, full serviceable with the exception of the weather radar. No times for a departure today. Threats to be aware of here in Bordeaux, not too many really. MSA is 2,100 feet. We've got no real terrain or anything like that. Biggest threat's probably going to be the crosswind departure, but it's not a major one. Pretty familiar with the airport. We've got no air traffic control, so that's probably a bit of a threat as well, depending on what the traffic's around. So be aware of that. The plan will be we are parked stand Alpha 8, we'll push back facing north, and then we'll taxi out on well, what will it be? It'll be Whiskey Echo Papa, and then we'll hold Alpha for departure runway 23, straight out departure, flying at Bravo Delta 423. We've got a speed constraint there, a max speed of 220 knots. If we just check the performance page, clean is 209, so we might as well pre-select that rather than burning extra fuel. So 209 knots set. To be fair, we might not get that far. It's not that far between the airport and Bravo Delta 423. And then yeah, there we are. We'll just clean up as we go, and our initial climb to flight level 70. Just check we've got that set. Yeah, 70 blue, so all in. Just going back to the taxi. Actually, taxis, yeah, straightforward. We're not doing a single engine taxi. We need to get going. The departure is noise abatement 1. And first turn is to the left. Engine out procedure. If anything goes bang after V1, we have to get the aircraft into the air. Then obviously it's standard instrument departure, standard engine out instrument departure. Once we've secured the engine and we're above 1,700 feet, and our engine out acceleration, we can make the left turn direct, enter the hole, decide what we're going to do, get ourselves nice and safe, and we can get ourselves safe at 3,000 feet. We can go 4,000 actually, but yeah, we'll get up to 4,000 feet nice and safe, ready for the approach back in. Good. Done. I think everyone's on board. Yeah, everyone's in. Let me just mass and balance this. We'll load this instantly. What did I say I was taking? 6.3, didn't I? Oh, come on, sliders. Ah! Sorry, sir, we couldn't take 6.3 because the slider wouldn't work. There we are. This is very upbeat music, isn't it? Instant load, job done. Right, let's close the doors and clean the aircraft up. What better way to start a Monday?
Hi Gavin, all the passengers are on board and we're ready to go. I'll bring you a cup of tea after we've taken off.
Great stuff, thank you very much.
Excellent power can be turned off. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Seatbelt signs on. Yeah, that's done, that's done, that's done. GPU, chocks and cones removed. Good, we're pretty good and ready to go. So we've done brief, very, very quick one, but we've done one. And what we're going to do, yeah, we just got to do the cockpit prep. But a couple more checks for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of myself, the first officer, and the cabin crew, may I welcome you on board this Easyjet aircraft for your flight today. The ground crew and the fueling crew have all finished, and we're just about finished with all our cockpit preparation over here. The cabin crew are making their final checks as they work through the cabin, so if you could please get yourselves sat down comfortably with your seatbelts securely fastened and give them their full attention as they begin their safety briefing. A big welcome on board today to our Easyjet Sim Pilot members, who of course are welcome to free complimentary drinks throughout the flight. Once we reach our cruising altitude, our cabin service will commence and the cabin crew will be able to provide you with drinks, snacks and merchandise throughout the duration of the flight. Once again, I'd like to thank you for choosing to fly with Easyjet today. We'll have an update for you when we are airborne.
Ooh, Ryanair next to us. Westfellows, I'd still do limit my FPS, but yes, I set them to, I think they're about 45 limited at the moment. Sasha is cool. How do you know if you're facing east or west? So imagine a great circle. North is 0, east is 90 degrees, south is 180 degrees, and west is 360. Alpha Gel Aki Seasons bears no effect on the weather. It just replaces the textures of the ground, so nothing to do with your weather. Right, that's all done, that's all done, that's all done. Right, cockpit preparation checks then. So aircraft acceptance is completed. Fuel quantity is 6,300 kilograms and balance. Seatbelt signs around here. We've got 3 navs. QNH is 1,000 hectopascals. All done. Beautiful. Let's get the ground crew into position.
Cabin crew, please land doors and cross check.
And Unicom. Not got my final load sheet yet.
Hello Captain, we are ready for pushback.
Love the French accent, but I'm still waiting for my load sheet. Do you know what? I am in a rush, so I'm just going to have to go and yell at the dispatcher. Where are you? Mass and balance, there we go. Thank you. Right.
Departure check completed, bypass pin inserted.
Okay, just stand by. Zero fuel weight is 59.0, takeoff for 65.1. That's all good. And what's our C of G now? 29.1. Yeah, that's within limits as well, so we don't have to rerun any performance calculations. Wonderful. Bordeaux traffic, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, stand Alpha 8, pushing back facing northeast on Whiskey. Okay, beacon lights on.
Locking gear.
Transponder is set. Acupressure's in the green. So once we're airborne, guys, if there is anything you want to ask me about the setup of the aircraft, why I've done what I've done, a better brief for our departure, then yeah, I'm happy to go through all that. So tail will be going to the right.
Release parking brakes.
Before start checklist, parking brake is on, takeoff data is confirmed, windows are closed, EFB and phone is on silent,
Release parking
doors
brakes.
closed and armed, beacon light is on, parking brakes released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
I think, you know, we're pushing back, bang on time. What was our departure time? Look at that, 13:40. No messages from the operations room to tell us we're late. Alright, engine mode selected to ignition. And starting engine 1, noseable steering's disconnected, confirmed. Kimchi as well, thank you so much for a further donation saying you're great, you're going to buy it. Do you know what, you will not regret it. And I do say this to anyone, if anybody enjoys the fly-by-wire aircraft, then you will absolutely love the Fenix aircraft. It really is like taking it to the next level. What a manky day in Bordeaux.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask for your attention while we take you through the safety procedures on this aircraft. A safety card is in your seat pocket showing the exit routes, oxygen masks, life jackets and brace position that you must adopt if you hear brace, brace. There are 2 emergency exits at the rear, 4 in the middle, and 2 at the front of the cabin. Floor lighting will guide you to an exit. Please be aware that your nearest exit may be behind you. In an emergency, leave all cabin baggage on board. Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted,
Set parking brakes.
and released as shown.
Parking brake set, starting engine 2.
And we recommend that you keep it fastened at all times. If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask over your nose and mouth. Hold in place with the strap. Pull on each side to adjust.
Arjun G,
Put
thank
on
you
your
for
own
the
mask
sub.
before helping others.
Add crash as well.
If we land on water, take the life jacket
didn't
from
start the
under your
timer.
seat. Put it over your head.
Oh well, we've started it for
Tape
engine 2.
around your waist. Click together and pull the strap to adjust. Do not inflate it inside the aircraft.
Unlocking gear.
When outside, inflate by
Richard
pulling the
Harrison,
top.
good afternoon.
If it fails to inflate or needs topping up, blow into the tube. There is a light and whistle for attracting attention. We also carry flotation aids for children. Your tray table must now be stowed, armrest down,
track disconnected,
window blinds
bypass pin
open,
removed.
and seatbelt fastened. We wish you a pleasant
Left is
flight
clear,
with
right is
Easyjet.
clear.
Alright, left side clear, right side clear. Engine number 2 is now available, so engine mode selector back to normal. APU bleed and come off, APU must and come off, anti-ice not going to be required. Spoilers armed, rudder 0, flaps 1, set our trim today. There we go. And the after start checklist. Anti-ice is off, ecom status is checked, pitch trim is 29.1% and the rudder trim is neutral. Okay, job done. We'll check the flight controls en route. So, Bordeaux traffic Alpine 34 Alpha Mike taxiing now to runway 23 via Whiskey Echo Papa and holding short on Alpha. Let's go. Hey DRD, good to see you. Sasha School, thank you for the follow. Yeah, so we'll just get airborne and then I'll go back to answering any questions that you guys might have had. So I'll just go full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral, full right, and full left, neutral. Alpha Cello, so yeah, I'm using the Thrustmaster TCA Captain spec, so there's just a button that I've set to it. I forget which one it is now. I kind of do it automatically. But yeah, you can just set it to in the settings to arm spoilers. Right, so quick pets check then, no change to the performance, everything's fine and dandy. We're going to have a flex takeoff today, QNH 1000, flex of 61, and the engine out procedure is standard 1700 feet. It's a left turn to the Dirac hold. We'll get ourselves up to 4,000 feet, nice and safe. Departure is the South 5 Papa, straight out left turn, and we can clear up on schedule. We've got a pre-selected speed of green dot set for that first constraint, and the stop climb is 7,000. Alpha Jello, I'm using the Thrustmaster Pendular ones, TPR, isn't it? Yeah, the TPR ones. Right, auto brakes to maximum, get the weather radars on. TO config, and taxi checklist. Flight controls check. Flap settings config 1 FMAs. Climb nav blue 1FT2 7000. Flex of 61. Radar and predictive wind shear is on. Ecam memos. Takeoff no blue. EFB is stowed. We'll get that disconnected as well.
Cabin crew seat for takeoff, please.
Hey Ginger, good to see you. There's some real decent rain showers coming in, isn't there? Let's get out of here before they hit. It might be wet. We might wash our aircraft on takeoff today. Right, so I don't think there's anyone coming in, not heard any calls on Unicom, so let's get ourselves ready to go. Bordeaux traffic, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, landing at runway 23. So strobe lights on, landing lights are on, takeoff lights on, TR. TRRA for the TCAS, packs are off. Okay. It's going to be a windy landing in an hour's time. So the lineup checklist, cabin is secured for takeoff runway is runway 23, full length, TCAS TRA packs 1 and 2 are off. Welcome on board everybody. We've just done the fastest the fastest brief and takeoff ever. Anyway, it wasn't that bad. I briefed it before the flight so we could get going, but yeah, I will do a full departure brief if anyone really wants me to. No one's answered my question yet. Why we're landing on runway 24 right in Palma and not the operational flight plans 24 left. We could normally I use instant boarding anyway because I just let GSX take care of the boarding. Yeah, so that's not instant. That's still time consuming. Okay, all lined up, good, fantastic. Border traffic Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, rolling runway 23, and takeoff. Start the chrono. Crosswind departures, so I'll use side stick. Full forward, 50% N1, engine 2 is critical, and set takeoff thrust. Manflex, SRS and runway. Use some right rudder to keep us on that centre line, I think. Checked. Oh, the left rudder, my apologies. Left rudder to keep us on the centre line. Wind's coming from the right. V1. Rotate. Hey. Hello, wind.
Positive rate of climb, 0.
Nav. You can see that bouncing around, can't you? Thrust climb, SRS. Okay, autopilot 1 engaged. We're about to get wet. Get the other pack on. Here's the rain. Hey John T, no, this is not the stock Airbus A320, this is the Fenix Airbus A320. And thrust climb. Let's start accelerating away. Yeah, we are going to be through that first constraint well before we're able to clean up. Perhaps if it had been a noise abatement 2 departure, then maybe not. But let's push for managed speed now. Comes on left turn.
82 uniform Lima, pushing back on Whiskey at Bordeaux, then taxiing Papa and holding short runway 23 Alpha.
Right, we've now passed our speed, so flaps retracted, spoilers disarmed. Let's get that anti-ice on. Agent G, are Phoenix planning to do the IE engines as well? Yep, they sure are. Mary Cornet, do I have any tutorial videos? Absolutely doesn't. Ginger Ninja says yesterday departing from Zurich, I believe all passengers threw up as you had 120... What? 120 knot crosswind? Oh, flight level 15,000 feet. Oh, that's not unusual. Not this time of year. Right, standard pressure, got no ATC. Let's clear ourselves up. Flight level 250. Now, anyone reckon these clouds are going to be... These clouds cannot be as bad as what we had going out of Amsterdam last week. For those of you that were on the stream last week remembers the departure out of Amsterdam, it was horrible. It was cloudy up to something daft like 30,000 feet before we saw blue sky. Jam42 on Twitch, yeah, so the Phoenix is above the stock one on just about every level. Okay, it's actually not too bouncy, so I'm going to release the cabin crew. We'll just give them a quick ding, they can do their thing. Start prepping a drinks cart. It's not a long flight, it's only about 50 minutes. Which is good, that time works perfectly for me.
Please keep your seatbelt fastened while the seatbelt sign is on. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. Toilets are located at each end of the cabin. Remember that smoking is not permitted at any time.
Which way are you going?
This includes e-cigarettes.
That was interesting. Could we make a left turn? That's better. Right, 10,000 feet, still in the rain and getting wet. Let's get our lights off. Okay, flight level 370, yeah, that's going to be fine. We'll clear ourselves up to that level. So, check 370 blue. And cost index of 0, clear out the RadNav page. And secondary flight plan, copy the active. Done. Just leave the seatbelts engaged for a little bit. This is where the weather radar, if that works, would be really handy. They could see if there's any daft build-ups, precipitation, turbulence, that kind of thing, and fly around it, but not yet. Jose Maria, thank you for subscribing. Still very grey, isn't it? I was expecting some sunshine, but not yet. Not yet. It'll come, I'm sure. Anyway, keep an eye on the temperature. Look, I've still got rain, precipitation on the windshield.
Yeah, 82, you must from Lima, laying up to runway 23 at 40.
We can see the build-ups just over here as well, look. More cumulus clouds. Ginger Ninja, why does the Honda Jet and the Vision Jet have the weather radar and the Fenix doesn't? I'm not fully up on this, but it's something to do with the fact that so the stock weather radar is kind of like a 2D image, which a lot of the add-on developers, like I don't think PMDG's got it, Fenix, they're waiting for the 3D image, which is, you know, a lot more realistic. But at the moment, Azobo haven't opened up access to third-party developers for that yet. So something like that, anyway. So the ones that you get at the moment are not very realistic. Okay, I'll take the seatbelt signs off.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has now turned off the seatbelt sign and you are now free to move around the cabin. We do recommend, however, when in your seat, that you keep your seatbelt fastened at all times in case of unexpected turbulence. The toilets are now available. Please contact a member of the cabin crew if you require assistance. Thank you.
J-Hog says he's freezing. J-Hog, you need to get yourself one of the 40 series graphics cards from Nvidia. That'll warm you and your neighbours up. Someone asked me, answered my question a bit ago. So the flight plan's got us landing 24 left, but we're actually going to be using 24 right. Why? Someone suggested it was to do with runway length. No. If that was indeed the case, then 24 left wouldn't be initially planned. Andrea says, a lady in the first class requests a barrel roll. Now I know you're lying. We don't have first class. Bruno, any word from self-loading cargo regarding developer updates? Nah, I think we can safely say that's dead. J-Hog, am I paying for it? No, I think your wife should treat you. Hey, Will Smith says his Phoenix are very blurry in the cockpit. Go on to your Phoenix app and change the display settings. See what they're set to. I think the performance is set to balanced. Manic, do I ever fly in the CRJ? No, we don't talk about the CRJ. Not on this channel. I've left it dumped in a field in Portugal somewhere. Willie, isn't the Phoenix supposed to get a winglet version 2? I honestly can't remember, Willie. Possibly. I know they've got loads planned. Right, do you know what I really wish I hadn't done? And that was drunk a big, hot, nice, warm cup of tea before the stream, because I really now need to go to the galley. But let's get up to cruise before, shall we? Keep an eye on the temperature. It's just starting to edge towards -40, then you can get anti-ice off. Whilst I'm waiting, we'll get the charts up for the arrival. Short flight, so we're going to be briefing the arrival pretty soon. What do I need? So we want the 10-2 Fox arrival chart for Palma. 10-2 Fox, that's the one. And we want the 11-6 chart. ILS Zulu runway 24 right. Yeah, ground chart as well. So airport, parking stands, that's it. Alright, so there is our arrival chart. And yeah, we're on the Laurie's arrival, aren't we? We're on the Laurie's. Is it 3 Papa? 1 Papa. Laurie's 1 Papa arrival. Manic, do you need a sim brief membership to export your flight plans? No, not at all. No, no. That's the great thing about sim brief. You know, it's free. It is free. Ah, Ginger Ninja, you're on the right lines. Yeah, so 24 left is not in use at Palma. Now normally when you're landing with the runway 24 configuration, they depart 24 right, they land 24 left. However, 24 left is, I don't know if it's got problems or it's undergoing some repairs or maintenance, but yeah, the ILS system's out and they're doing something with it. But anyway, 24 left is closed, so 24 right. Now, why is that really, really good news for me? Because landing on 24 right is fantastic. Landing on 24 left, it's fine, but if I can take a 24 right, far better. Sabres 431 on December the 24th, so Christmas Eve. Self-loading cargo tweeted the update is not far off now. And if you believe that, he's got some land to sell me. Yeah, I think we can say that's... I'll believe it when I see it. Oh, look at the tailwind. There you go. 116 knots. A ground speed of 524. Beautiful. So just while we're in the climb, quick things for us to know on the operational flight plan, which obviously I didn't go through like I normally do. So yeah, so we saw the tailwind, that's fine. Plug fuel was 5.3 tons. We just need to be aware of the grid more at about 20 or so minutes into the flight as it starts to get a bit high before dropping before reaching Barcelona, and then yeah, just be happily aware of that just for a little bit. But then this is what we're looking at in Palma. So beautiful weather conditions in terms of visibility. No really, we've got what, no clouds yeah, no clouds or visibility issues, etc. Crosswind is about 8 knots. Tailwind is 21. Well, sorry, it's a headwind, isn't it? Because it's minus figure, but yeah. So we've got a gusty headwind coming on, so it's going to be interesting landing. So nice long runway though coming in, and just for confirmation of that NOTAM, let's just find it. Where are you, Palma? Here it is. So runway 6 right, 24 left is closed. Now, funnily enough, this morning as well, so up until about a couple of hours ago, the ILS was unusable, unserviceable. So we would have had to do a visual approach, which we could have done today because the weather's good enough. What else we got? Yeah, so ILS 424 left is unserviceable, false indications, etc. Yeah, so that's basically why. Localizer was unserviceable as well, so all false indications. So given the gusty weather, that's why we also threw on an extra ton of fuel. Hey Andre, good to see you. Beast Boy, yeah, no, I did answer that. I won't be buying the Embraer 175, no. Right, minus 47 degrees, still in cloud. and still climbing. Right, I'm going to have to leave the aircraft in the capable hands of my first officer, or you guys, while I just nip to the cabin and check out the aircraft facilities, see if the flush works. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Oh, right, back. Still not out of the cloud yet. So we've got about 5,000 feet to go until we're at our top of climb. Andre suggests a flight to Madeira, Funchal. Yay! We've not done it for a while. It's getting the time to do that one. It's not the shortest of flights. So we're just going to have a look at setting the box up for the arrival, and then we can do the brief because not a long flight. Don't want to be left short. So as we're coming in via Lores, once we get then to Polensa, after that ILS 024 right. Yeah, so from Polensa then we get to Muros, and then after Muros we're at the centre fix. And the platform altitude's 3,000 feet, that's the lowest we can get to, that's fine. If we just looking at the speeds in that there, so we can just update this 180. That should be fine. Okay, so that's fine. Let's have a look then at any VORs and things. So in POS for that, and we've also got Juliet Oscar Alpha, which is a VOR on the airport, on the airfield. Get that in the RadNav page. Progress page we'll fill out with runway information 24 right. Performance page we'll fill out with the weather, we just need to get it. We'll use the tablet for that. Hungry Freestyle, can we fly to Gothenburg sometime? Yeah, we've done Gothenburg in the past. Let's have a look. So wind at the moment 250 at 23. So almost, the wind's spun around quite nice, it's almost a headwind. QNH there is 1006. Temperature, but it's warmer than it is here, 16 degrees, that sounds nice. It's t-shirt weather, isn't it? And the barrow is, where's my charts gone? Yeah, fuel clouds 2,500 feet. Cat 1 minimums is going to be 224. And with all that headwind, we can use a config 3 landing. So it's got VAT at 144, clean 227, flap 3 landing. Well, we're finally above the clouds. Excellent. About 1,300 feet to go before we get to the top of climb. We're not going to be at the top of climb for very long, only about 90 miles or so, but better than nothing. And we'll just update the secondary flight plan. Done. Right, finally above the clouds. Wonderful. School runs in an hour's time, and we should be there, nice, in about 40 minutes. That works for me. Alright, let's do the arrival brief, then we're happy with that and all done. So, weather as you can see on screen, what we got, 250 at 23, most of that is a nice headwind. Visibility is good, few clouds 2,500 feet, QNH 1006, 16 degrees with no significant changes. That will do nicely for us today. Aircraft is still fully serviceable, nothing's broken. No times, we know runway 24, the usual runway 24 left is unavailable, so we're on 24 right. Other than that, that's the only real thing. Threats to be aware of then. Right, I'm going to cover threats in a moment. Let's just do the top of climb checks now. We're at Mac, Alt, Star, and we'll set TCAS to below. Alt Cruise. And go to our perf page, cost index now, get that back up to 4, and just cycle to the SD pages, make sure everything's happy on there. So they're good, it's fine. Pressure's good. Hydraulics. About 63 tons, yeah, no fuel leak. Everything normal. Wonderful.
Cabin service, which will begin shortly. A reminder that Easyjet's pilot channel members are able to access free drugs throughout the duration of the flight. Thank you, and I invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the remainder of the flight.
Right, so that's top of climb checks done. I will, do you know what, I'm just going to pretend my first officer can go and get the en route weathers. But well, actually, we can do it on here, can't we? If I just go back, let's just throw in some weathers for. Just check out what's happening in Ibiza, and we've got Barcelona in front of us as well. So potential places to divert if we needed to. Ginger, so HD made something on the approach that was create a straight line in front of the aircraft that he used to intercept the actual flight plan, which is the purpose to briefly show it. I'd have to have a look at what you mean. You can use the fixes page to do stuff like that. I'll have to see which video it was that he did it in and have a look what it is what you're on about. But yeah, you can do that. You can do that. In fact, one of the things I will do on this is we were going to talk about threats anyway. So we just pop pop a fix around the airport, runway 25 left, no right. See, I want to go 25, it's not even 25, it's 24. I want to go 24 left, it's not landing 24 right, so if we pop that there. I also want to put a 30-mile radius around that, and that's when we should be passing 10,000 feet. Or under. So I wanted to talk about the threats for this approach. Well, a little bit unfamiliar just because we're not used to doing this. We always land on 24 left, but it's out of service today, ILS problems. So they're throwing everyone in on 24 right, which is fine. But the thing that we need to be aware of is we're going to be much closer to the terrain. So if you sat on the right hand side of the aircraft, you're going to get great views. We're going to be a lot closer to all this stuff here, which is kind of cool. You can see the MSA based off the Juliet Oscar Alpha, the Palma VOR. So MSA as we're coming down 7,000 feet, and in fact we're going to be in this little section here, 5,500 feet as we come in, and then once we're actually on the approach it drops down to 3,000 feet. Now VMC today, weather conditions should be good, so we'll be able to see all this, so that's all right. But imagine it was really foggy, and you know, I have heard of instances of this happening in ATC, saying, you know, aircraft coming down here, getting down to, you know, descend 5,000 feet, but they've still got to cross this 7,000 MSA, and a lot of pilots like, nah, you're all right. We'll stay up until we pass this kind of bit here. So, I mean, technically, it's safe. You know, ATC know it's safe. Well, there you can see. There's the highest peak point. So if they get them down to 6,000 feet, and chances are they're not going to get 6,000 feet here, but either way, you don't want to be dropping below MSA on this bit. That's more of an issue if you're coming in to land on this runway, just runway 06 left. But yeah, today we're just going to be coming down. We don't want to descend too quick. We don't want to get below MSA, even though the weather's nice. So yeah, that's the biggest threat today. It's just an unfamiliar picture. So we've got all the terrain to the north, so that's to be aware of. And where we're going when we arrive, no idea, because I don't normally depart on this. Don't normally arrive at this side. So that should cover the threats. A320 Sim Pilot, thank you very much for your kind super chats. This is friend broke his wrist. Love the lives. Keep on. Okay, well, I hope your friend's okay. So yeah, we're coming in via Pollensa, and it's a nice straightforward approach. This, it should be straightforward. It should be scenic, and it should be a little bit different. So yeah, runway 24 right, and we're on the Lores 1 Popper arrival, and there's no speed constraints or anything like that, I don't think. Yeah, 250 knots are fine at pulse, but that's okay. No altitude constraints either, so that's all right as well. So that's fine. In terms of configuring, the idea will be as we plan to get down to green dot, flaps 1 as we leave Pollensa, and then distance between Pollensa and Bavon is 13 miles. So we've got loads of time.
Traffic.
And just bear with me. What traffic we got? That's some crazy manoeuvres just there. We're visual. Or I was visual. Where's he gone? Oh, interesting. Well,
conflict.
if he comes back, we can ignore that. Where was I? Yeah, just in terms of configuring, so we'll get ourselves down to about 5,000 feet at Bavon, which should be flying full aircraft profile really, but flaps 1 by Bavon, flaps 2 then as we go down the glide slope. That's how we'll configure. Platform altitude is 2,500 feet. Minimum, as we've said, is Cat 1 conditions, so it is 224. I was on the wrong chart then, wasn't I? Get rid of that. 13 miles, yeah, that's fine. Still 4,500 feet. And we're at Muros, not Pavon. Minimums are 224. Yeah, that's fine. That's already put in. We'll use auto brake low for the arrival, and nice long runway. We're going to do flaps 3 today. That also helps a little bit with the wind. Now, why do I think that landing on this runway is far, far better for me? I'll tell you why. It's because the Easyjet stands are just here. So stand 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these gates just here. So if normally we land on the 2-4 left, we've got a nice long taxi all the way around. So we've got a really short taxi now to the gate. If we can vacate at sort of November 4, that'd be lovely. Or even November 5. Then yeah, we're pretty much straight on. So I suppose that's another little threat. Very, very short taxi time. So that's a good thing. Let's have a look at the go around if we need to do that. So we're straight out 4,000 feet and follow ATC instructions. If that was the case, we'll just vector ourselves back in for another go. Hopefully it won't happen because I'm not sure I'd have time to do that. Right, that's the brief all done. Andre, if it's necessary to dump fuel, what is the correct procedure? Sadly, the A320 cannot dump fuel. So, the only way to do it is just to fly around in a circle until you're happy. Hey, Christian! Didn't see you come on. Quite right too. Yeah, we're landing too far right, too far left is closed. So something a little bit different today. We're going to be a little bit closer to the terrain at the north of the field, so it'll be kind of fun. Do a landing calculation as well.
In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase a selection of hot beverages, together with drinks and snacks from the bar. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated. And if we could be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
So what our fuel weight, what's our landing weight going to be? It's going to be, so what got? Zero fuel weight is 59.1, fuel on board estimated with 62.8. Let's do a landing calculation of 63 tons then when we get there. Runway 24 right. There we go. Loads of stopping distance. So wind is 2606. So a 24 knot headwind and 9 knot crosswinds. Could be good landing. Could be interesting. JD Mackham, good afternoon. I'm well. How are you? You're not late to the party. Just in time, actually. Top of descent is in around 10 miles. Hey Skipmaster, yeah, so we'll be on the ground in, I need to be on the ground and done within about 40 minutes, so should be all good. And Yellow says, we're going to his island. Is it a bit windy? Paul says, can I explain on the approach page why the plane sometimes targets the slat retraction speed? What, the targets S speed? Hang on. Where are you? Targets S speed if no flaps or anything is out on the approach. Speed constraints, perhaps, if you're in managed mode? That's the first thing I can think of. Right, so down we go. Let's get ourselves down to a comfortable. Let's go flight level 12. I'll leave it managed. Thrust idle descent, flight level 120 blue. Tris, good afternoon, says, hello mate, thought I'd swing by. Just happened to utterly smash my Fenix into the ground at Corsica. Funnily enough, RNAV into very stormy conditions with a cloud base of 200 wasn't the smartest idea. No, what are the minimums there? They sound quite low for an RNAV approach. Hey Lee Rose, glad you're enjoying the stream. Glad we left all that horrible weather behind over the land. We're now happily over the Med with white fluffy clouds, just what you want. Paul Langdown, good afternoon. Thank you for coming on board. Short flight today, just time to squeeze one in this afternoon. So, big thank you for coming on board, everybody. If you haven't hit that like button yet, then please do show your support and hit that button if you haven't done so already. Now you can tell the wind's a little strong because even at this high altitude you can see the ripples in the ocean, and that tells you that it could be a little windy down there below. What we got with the wind? Yeah, still 97 knots tailwind.
Traffic.
Right, well, traffic coming up behind us, which means that basically someone's having fun on VATSIM. I wonder if they realise though, you can just turn them off. So, bear with me and we'll just sort that out. And he's gone. Yeah, I thought that happened in school holidays. Hey, Tom Barrett, how you doing? Barry Bartson, good afternoon to you as well. Everything's fun. Hey Hugo, so the announcements are from an app called Self-Loading Cargo. Oh, did anyone hear that voice then? My Google Home just decided to burst to life. She said she didn't understand. Christian's also filed a complaint about. Thank you so much, Christian. JD says you managed the first full flight on the fly-by-wire to fly Cancun to Mexico City the other night. That is not an easy approach. Says the approach to Mexico was interesting and the altitude. And right, so the great thing about Mexico is it's very high up with lots of terrain around it as well. So need to take the airport elevation and things into consideration. Yeah. Barry, the idiots on VATSIM, not fun for you. Nah, they're not fun for anyone. It kind of spoils it, doesn't it? That's what multiplayer is for on Flight Simulator. Right, profile's good. We're at the top of the speed gate. We are, aren't we? That's nice. Gets us there a little bit quicker. We're still planning to arrive at what time? 14:47. Excellent. Brian says he didn't realise you could block a user on VATSIM. Yes, yeah, you can. Definitely useful at times. It's quite a nice short flight this. I think I'd recommend this to anybody. If I'd got time I'd do the return journey as well. That'd be quite neat, wouldn't it? Sanjay237, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Barry says, did a flight to MPTO. I don't actually know where that is, Barry. I'm guessing, is that somewhere in Panama? Oh, Panama Center ATC guy was amazing. There's some really good ATC guys about, aren't there? Trish says, unfortunately, with the release of Microsoft Flight Simulator, the incline of trolls and VATSIM increased drastically. Although the positive is also that the network is a lot busier and realistic. That is true, Trish. I guess you've got to take the rough with the smooth, haven't you? And you can ignore the people that you don't want, you know. And you tend to only get them if there's no ATC. If there's ATC online, then they're out of there pretty quickly. Scotty says he attempted to land at Calgary, which is maybe 3,000 feet. Is artificial horizon had altitude calibrated correctly, so went below this, and the sim thought he'd crash. Would be cool. Not too sure, Scotty. QNH is obviously very, very important, but yeah, not quite sure what could be the issue there. Right, I'm just wind that speed up for a little bit. Let's get down. Back on profile. How are we doing? Oh, we're not miles below. We're about 1,000 feet above the profile. We'll be alright. Not been to Palma for a while actually, so all good fun. And there we can see it. The island of Mallorca. Can we see Menorca over there? And I think Ibiza might just be too... Oh, I think you just see it in the distance. Just over there. Brian says the Palma airport scenery is awesome. It is, yes. We do have it from, I think, there are a couple of different versions. I've got just Sims. Yeah, just Sims version. Just looking to see if we can find any other aircraft knocking about on TCAS. Can't see anything. Brian says he always goes aircraft spotting under the 06 approach when on holiday. You know, Palma, Mallorca was my very, very first abroad holiday when I was about 5 years old. I don't really remember much about it. One of the things I do remember is our hotel looked straight onto the arriving aircraft. Maybe that might have been my first time ever actually aircraft spotting. Maybe it was that moment that got me interested in aviation, who knows. But yeah, I can remember being stood on the balcony just watching plane after plane after plane come and land. I couldn't tell you which runway it was, I couldn't tell you anything about it, where it was, but it looked amazing. Waterpool, so you've got 3 airports. You've got Ibiza, Menorca and Mallorca. Mallorca is Lima Echo Papa Alpha, Ibiza is Lima Echo India Bravo, and Menorca is Lima Echo, I want to say Mike Hotel, I think. Right, high speed approved. Want to dip below that profile, so I'll throw a little bit of speed brake out. We're on it at the moment, but I need to slow down now, so let's wind down 250 knots and we'll get everyone strapped in.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. If you could please return to your seats and ensure that your seatbelt is securely fastened.
Flight level 70
If
blue.
you are travelling with an infant, please ensure that they are secured safely using the infant seatbelt provided. The toilets will now go out of use until the fasten seatbelt sign is turned on. Please contact a member of the cabin crew if you require assistance. Thank you.
Right, so we've activated the approach phase. We're in selector speed 250 knots. Still holding that profile nicely, as you can see. We're just passing that 30-mile radial ring, that's fine. I'm just going to go now and update that fixes page. Let's pop that at 12, that's 4,000 feet then. So 4,000 feet as we can pass through that little arc. Just for situational awareness, really. Preso Gaming, my VHF squelch is enabled. It's more realistic that way. Tristan, the software I'm using for the announcements is called Self-Loading Cargo. 10,000 feet, lights on. So here you can see the start of the terrain that we're on about. That looks great, that, doesn't it?
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, you may have noticed that we have just begun our final descent into our destination. If you could now assist the cabin crew by tidying up your tray table and handing them any litter as they come around, that would be most appreciated. For safety reasons, we ask now that you please turn off all electronic devices or switch them to airplane mode until after we have landed. Please note that the aircraft toilets are now out of use. If you wish to become a Easyjet SIP pilot channel member, please contact a member of your cabin crew who will be happy to assist you. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed your flight.
Right, QNH 1006 local is set and 5,000 blue. And we're slowing down, green dot. Palma traffic, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, inbound Muros. 8 miles to run from the north for ILS. Runway 24 right Zulu approaching to Palma. Little bumpy over the terrain beneath us. Right, as planned, green dot as we approach Muros, and then we'll get flaps 1 out, flaps 2 as we meet the glide. Alf says, hope there'll be a smooth landing. That all depends on the wind. It's got a nice gusty headwind coming in, so we'll do his best. But the danger with a big gusty headwind is the extra air going over the winds means it's very, very easy to float.
Cabin crew, about 15 minutes to landing, giving you prepare the cabin, thank you.
Right, Alt Gladstone, Lock Blue, Cat 3, Dual, Autopilot 1 and 2. Brian, do I own RX Global Airport add-on? Which one's that, Brian? By Latin VFR, I'm not sure of what add-on that is. Bruno says, Leopard Approach has just popped online. Oh, I can't see it on VPilot. Okay, happy to continue down to the platform altitude, which is 2,500. Don't zoom in. 2,500 feet. Lock star.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be landing. Please ensure your cabin bag is safely stowed with your laptop inside. Your tray table must be stowed, armrest down, and window blind open. You now need to be seated with your seatbelt fastened, ready for landing. Please help us by handing in... The toilets are no longer in service.
Palma traffic, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike established runway 24 right at 18 miles. Correction, 16 miles. Right, we're nice to below the glide. Let's level that off a bit. Okay, flaps 1, speeds checked, flaps 1. And if we select 180 knots.
Palma traffic, Palma approach online now, just to let you know.
Right, okay, so we've got Palma approach is now online, so let's tune up to them 1194. I'll let them know we're established. Just keep an eye on the
2,500.
2,500, confirmed. Palma approach, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike established runway 24 right, 11 miles.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, Palma approach, hello, very good day. Wind 260 degrees, 22 knots, runway 24 right, clear to land.
Clear to land 24 right, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike.
Palma approach, good afternoon. Lufthansa 6 Delta Golf Heavy is pushing back from gate 64.
Lufthansa 6 Delta Golf, Palma approach, hello, good day, confirm ready to copy.
Confirm Lufthansa 6 Delta Golf.
Lufthansa 6 Delta Golf, you are clear to your destination Echo Delta Delta Kilo as filed via the Meros 3 Alpha departure, runway 24 right, initial climb 5,000 feet, squawk 6213.
Clear to destination Cologne via the Meros 3 Alpha departure out of runway 24 right.
Okay, so the wind is doing a great job at slowing us down. And flaps 2, speeds checked, flaps 2.
Lufthansa 6 Delta Golf, report correct.
Glide slope start.
Approach, good evening.
And
Condor 973 at stand 23 Bravo
4,000 feet.
Airbus A320 with information Alpha.
Set.
Request clearance IFR to Hamburg.
Condor 973, Palma approach, hello, good day. Alpha is correct. And you're clear to Hamburg as filed via the Meros 3 Alpha departure, runway 24 right, initial altitude 5,000, squawk 6215.
Clear to Hamburg via Meros 3 Alpha departure, runway 24 right, initial climb 5,000 feet, squawk 6215. Condor 973.
Right, speed 160,
Condor
gear down.
973, your
Spoils on.
report is correct.
Flaps 3, speeds checked. Landing checklist. So the cabin is secured, go around altitudes 4,000 feet, set lead cab memo landing no blue. So as I say, a bit closer to the terrain than normal, isn't it? Given the runway we're landing on. Hopefully you guys can see as well how it's just blowing around a little bit too. Okay, 4 mile DME, manage speed.
Condor 973 ready for push and start.
Ooh, this is windy.
Condor 973 is push and start approved, facing east QNH 1006.
Push and start approved, facing east QNH 1006, Condor 973.
So,
Shanix,
for the decrab, we're going to need left rudder, right aileron. Looking at this.
Welcome to Palma. Do you have any preference then?
leave that autopilot in for a little bit longer. It's doing a far better job than I could. Two whites, two reds. Right, let's see if we can botch it up on our own. So, autopilot R5 control.
500.
Confirmed.
Palma, aproximación. Muy buenas tardes. Vueling 6 kilo, listo para copiar a Tenerife Norte.
Above.
Vueling 6 kilo, Palma, aproximación. Muy buenas tardes. Pues está usted autorizado a su destino. Tenerife Norte, según vía ruta plan Baver 3 alfa, pista 24 derecha, altitud inicial 4000, responda 6214.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, retard.
Autorizado a Tenerife Norte, salida Baver 3, alfa, pista 24 derecha, responda en 6214, Vueling 6 kilo.
And diesel.
Vueling 6 kilo, colación correcta.
Thrust idle, manual brake, and vacate.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related duties.
I've got the replay of that landing. We'll check it out in a bit.
Seated
I've got time to do that, I think.
The seatbelt sign has been switched off. Portable electronic devices for messaging, calls, or internet access may now be used.
And off exactly where we wanted, November 4.
Please make sure that you take all your personal belongings with you, Palma Ground, underneath the seat and in the overhead latch.
GSX 18 Yankee, Palma approach. Hello, good day. Well, do you have any preference sound in Palma?
16 if available.
On behalf of the captain and the crew,
GSX 18 Yankee, of course, 16 is available. Taxi stand 16 via North, Echo and Lima.
Flight and destination information.
Taxi stand 16 via North, Echo and Lima. GSX 18 Yankee.
And Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, vacated on November 4, request stands either 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And?
And Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, request stands 6, please.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, taxi stand 6 via Gate Delta. Welcome to Palma.
Stand 6 via Delta, thank you for the service, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike.
Thank you too for flying to Palma, good day.
Right, I'll get there, and I have got time to check out the replay, so we'll do that. Stand 6 should be straight in front of us, I think, more or less. Slightly to the right, it's over here actually. So, just turn a few things off. What was quite nice as well with the touchdown, we'll see it on the replay, but just with the D-crab, we touched down, I think we touched down left wheels first, I can't remember, but we'll check that out and see. So right on Lima Delta, and then stand 6, where I believe a marshal is waiting
Condor
for us.
973, ready for taxi.
Condor 973, taxi.
I forgot how good the scenery was.
Right by Lima, Foxtrot, Link and North.
Lima, Foxtrot, Link and North, runway 24 right. Condor 973.
Because this scenery is amazing. One of the first pay-aware sceneries I ever got for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Where are you taking me? There, that'll do.
6 kilos, solicita puesta en marcha y retroceso.
Right, parking brakes are on. I'm going to come off VATSIM. I'm going to check out the replay. Welcome to Palma, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that. So, VATSIM, goodbye. Disconnect off there. And we'll get rid of self-loading cargo as well. Let's check that out. Stop the replay. Flaps are still down, that's fine, and let me just remove the parking brakes, otherwise we'll get lots of ECAM warnings. And let's check out the landing then. There we are. This is one of the views where you're going to see the wind having its effect. So the wind was coming from this direction, so lifting this wing up as we were coming down. Christian, yeah, the marshal was confused. Neil, where was the scenery from? I think this was from Sim Market, if I remember correctly. Easter says we now got the marshal that stood there for the rest of the day. Yeah. Clipbear, thank you for the follow on Twitch. And hey, YouTubeman TK1556 on Twitch as well. Sorry, I hadn't acknowledged you. Obviously, came on whilst we were in the landing phase. Sherpa DK, how do you get the fly-by-wire A320 panels to work? You need to turn the brightness of them up. Two little dials to the left-hand side of the screens. Yeah, you really can see the wind bobbing up and down. What was the landing rate anyway? Didn't feel bad, didn't feel good, just nice in the middle. Are those things floating in the air? A bit weird. There we go, see what the touchdown's like. Oh, 201, that works for me. Yeah, that looks decent. Let's check out the replay at the other side, shall we? See what that looks like. Get to see the airport as well if we do this. Did the Balearic Islands get updated with the sim update as part of Spain when it was done? Just doesn't look quite as photogenic. Should we have a look at the outside view? It's alright. I've got 5 or 10 minutes before the school run. Let's have a look. Mark says there's still a tower block where the cathedral's supposed to be. Yeah, that's not good, is it? Probably does need a bit of an update. Scotty, how can the FPM be different on the other side? It probably was a little bit, because we landed one side first before the other. So, maybe not by much. Check this out. See what it looks like coming in. It was windy. Yeah, we just had to battle with it as we touched down. You'll see that. Perhaps just needed a little bit more rudder in the flare to line us up. A little bit more left rudder would have probably worked. And then as soon as that left wheel touched down, it just... Yeah, there you can see it. So the left wheel touched down first. because of that left rudder, it actually didn't need more left rudder, it needed more right aileron just to balance things out. But in the zone, done. Hey Willie, good to see you. No, that was not 78. DRD Fire, I use a great little freeware piece of scenery called Sky Dolly. So for the replay, get Sky Dolly. It's free as well. Free from flightsim.to. Dead simple, easy to use. So yeah, definitely worth getting. And you can do all sorts with it. You know, you can check out all the different views and things. So guys, I'm going to leave you with one final replay. Thank you so much for being with me on our flight this afternoon. Short flight, but a good couple of hours stream, so always good fun. And what a way to start on Monday. We've got nice weather, a little windy approach, and I do like that route. Yes, I wish I was able to do the return, because it's also quite windy back in Bordeaux, but the visibility is a lot worse. So, as I say, I'll leave you one final replay. Thank you so much for those of you who have donated, contributed, and supported the channel during our stream today. Easyjet Pilot channel members, as always, huge shout out to all of you, and thank you so much for your continued support. I look forward to seeing you on the next flight, whenever that will be, but I will of course keep you informed via Discord. Thank you very much, everybody. I will see you all soon. Bye bye.
$500.